Hi, Ann. I'm trying to get those rocks out of there. Good morning. I'm here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. I'm here. I'm here. How are ya? Hi, Feedy. You're waiting? Well, good morning. We are over at the water this morning looking for some boats. There. I've been waiting my whole day on heritage.com. Oh, you've been wasting your whole day. Really? Did you find out anything? Hi, Sonal. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What, Daisy? Hi, Andy. It's that wet stuff. Yes, we're at the water. Beautiful sunrise on the beach. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Thank you for watching it. Yeah, a whole bunch of family I didn't know I had. Wow. How far back did you go, Anne? What's the matter, Daisy? Daisy, what's the matter? It's okay. It's okay. There's a dog, you guys. Sorry. 1665. Wow. You're not speaking to Andy? It's okay. It's another. That's that little doggy that goes on the swing. That's Benny. Hi, Nicole. Andy says, Ann, you just did. Daisy, it's okay. Hi. They're going for a walk, too. They're going for a walk. Yeah. There's the dog. Sorry, guys. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ann says, hi, Nicole. Andy says, love her tip. Ann says, were you sleeping late today, Andy? Sonal says, hi, Andy. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Jason, good morning, Jason and everyone. Good morning, Jason. I'm sorry, he says, good morning, everyone, and Miss Daisy. Nicole says, hey, Ann. Sonal says, hi, Ann. Jason says, I'm waking up and going to the hot tub. I'm in the hot tub. I'm in the steam room. It's so hot. It's so steamy. Shh, it's okay. Good to see you, Jason. The Reinhardt's channel. Hi, Reinhardt's channel. Good morning, Miss Daisy. Hello, Reinhardt. How are you? Nicole says, hey, Sonal. Ann says, hi, Jason. Jason says, oh, I'm awesome. It's awesome. Andy says, no, Ann, I was up at 3:30. The dogs woke me up. Jason says, it's going to feel great. I'm sure it will feel great. Enjoy. Jason says, hi, everyone. Hi, Jason. The Reinhardt's channel says, good morning, my friends. Have a blessed weekend. Thank you, too, Reinhardt's channel. Have a great weekend. Have a great, great weekend. And so why didn't you come to my premiere? You had a premiere? Andy said, hi, Sonal. Jason says, gotta grab that coffee now. There you go. Ann says, I missed you. I missed ya. The Reinhardt's channel says, hey, Jason, prayers. Sonal says, hi, Nicole. Mary says, good morning, Daisy. Hi, Mary. Just coming in to say hi. Like, busy day, haircut and graduation party. Oh, have a great day, Mary. That sounds so wonderful. Thank you, Mary. Have a great one. Have fun. Jason says, hi, Reinhardt's. Good morning. Andy says, I don't know. I didn't know. Sonal says, hi, Jason. Mary says, good morning to chat. And says, yes, this morning at 10 a.m. my time. Aw. I gotta make sure my notifications are on for you, Ann, because what's 10 o'clock your time? Is that midnight my time? I was actually up at midnight. I couldn't sleep last night. Jason says, hope everyone is great. Ann says, YouTube not sending notices again. Right, they're not. Someone says, Andy, I think Ann is not speaking to me. I think I'm on her naughty list. No. Ann says, or did they unsub you? Handmade Homegrown says, good morning. What a beautiful view. Hi, Handmade. Daisy. It's just a little doggy going on a walk. It's okay. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Nobody's going to get you. I won't let them get you. I won't let them. Sorry, guys. Good morning, handmade and homegrown. Sonal says hi, Reinhardt's. Mary says, Daisy, you have an awesome day. I'll see you soon. You got it, Mary. I'll see you soon. Have a great one. That sounds so fun, Mary. I love that you're getting a haircut. I wish I could get one. Feedy said, I see my boat. Ann says, hi, Sonal. My mind is still in 1665. Been looking at my family lines all day, dating back to 1665. Wowza. Wow. Jason says, cute Daisy. Friends of Dashes and more. Colleen, hi, Colleen. Good morning. She says, so beautiful. The grind. Nicole says, Daisy's having a fit. There's a little doggy here, but they're gone by now. Jason says, love the view. Thank you, Jason. Someone says, Ann, LOL. I was kidding. Nicole says, hey, Colleen. Jason says, can I come over and swim? Ann says, my head is spinning from all the new info at Kelly. I guess you had a good time doing it, Ann. Huh? Hey, John P. John P's here, everybody. Say hi. John, how is everything in Portugal? Andy says, Sonal, I'm multitasking, LOL. You should know it's my thing, really. Sorry. John says, hi, Ann. Hi, John. Jason says hi to John. John says, we coming back today. Oh, that's good. That's good. Jason says, hi, friends. Sonal says, hi, John P. Colleen says, good morning to Nicole. John says, hi, Jason. Add Kinsey, 85. Please speak in English, okay? Friends of Dashes and more. Colleen says, hi, Jason. Sonal says, hi, Colleen. John says, long drive. Oh, you got a long drive? You're going home? I gotcha. John was on vacation. And says, seems I have relatives all over the world, Kelly. Australia, Germany, UK, USA, and many other places. Don't you suspect we all do? Don't you think we all have relatives all around that we don't even know about? I do for some reason, I think so. Lisa says, good morning, my sunshine. Hi, Lisa. Lisa's here. Good morning, beautiful Lisa. Excuse me, guys. John says, hey, Sonal. Jason says, hope everyone has a blessed, great day. Thank you, Jason. You too. Colleen says, hi, Sonal. Ann says, most probably. Yeah, I agree with you. Sonal says, Andy, multitasking is not my thing either. Color My World, good morning. Hi, Color My World, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me. Sonal says, hi, Color My World. So does Ann. Curl. Yep, earlier I was there, yep. And they said, hi, Ann. And Sonal's using emojis. Thank you, guys. I did bring tea, but it's in a travel cup. Tea sounds good right now. Oh, Sonal, thank you so much using those beautiful emojis. What's everybody doing today? I still haven't decided what I'm doing today. It says, but, and here comes the sad part. My son in China, his father, I found to have passed away in 2017. Wow, Ann, sorry to hear about that. We were searching him for years now. Oh my goodness, really? I'm sorry to hear that, Ann. Ryan says hi. Hi, Ryan. Good morning, Ryan. And just says that's why men need women. They're good at multitasking. We are good at multitasking. Lisa says, I'm watching it rain. Oh, no. It says, yeah, and here comes the weird part. Uh-oh. There's more weird part. Someone says, hi, Lisa. Hi, Lucia. Welcome, 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 Lucia. Good morning, Lucia. How are you? She says, hi, Daisy. I say hi right back. Hi, Lucia. Happy Saturday. Lucia said hi. Oh, welcome, welcome, Lucia. Ann says, I had a dream in 2017 where he appeared and told me he died and wanted me to tell his son he loves him and never forget him. That's why we started searching, hoping my dream wasn't true. Oh my God, Ann. Oh my goodness, Ann. It's giving me chills. Lucy says, very well. Thank you. Very weird, Ann. Very weird. Oh my goodness. Lisa says, hey, Soul Sunshine, how are you? Oh my goodness, Ann. I have like chills. You need to pay more attention to your dreams that you have, Ann. You might have some special abilities that we don't know about. Because we know you have a lot of special abilities. It's a lake. No, it's the intercoastal. It's just a waterway that goes to the ocean. Someone says, doing well. Lisa, how are you? Handmaid says, hi, Lisa. Ann says, I tried finding his sister or brother, but now found out we couldn't because they are also passed away. Oh my goodness, Ann. Wow. Someone says, doing well. Handmaid says, hello, Ann. Ann says, I found all this info on Heritage all by accident. Wow. Wow, amazing. Someone says, I thought it was a pond, LOL. No, it's the Intracoastal Waterway. It goes between us on the mainland, and that's an island. Over here, that's an island. And the waterway runs between us all the way to the ocean. I thought it was a pond. Nope. Andy says, I have a lot of dreams, but I can't repeat them. Oh, geez, Andy. Handmade and Homegrown says, hi, Lucia. Brylon Farms is here. Hi, Brylon. She says, hello, friends. Hello, Stacy. Good morning. Ann says, Andy, LOL. Handmade and Homegrown says, hi, Stacy. Someone says, looks to me that it's too big for a pond. Yeah, it goes a long ways. It goes all the way up to North Carolina. Lucia says, thank you, Handmade. Someone says, sub to you, color my world. Someone says, hi, Stacy. Chris Outdoors is here. Hi, Chris. Chris said, good morning and coffee. Happy Saturday. Hi, Chris. Good morning. Someone says, hi, Handmade. John says, hi, Andy. Someone says, hey, Chris Outdoors. Andy says, no, I mean, I can't remember them. Oh, here comes a jet ski, you guys. You ready? Jet ski's coming. Handmade Homegrown says, hi, Sonal. Brian says, guess what? I got to get my glasses. Hold on, guys. Hi, Daisy. All right. Mary just get Mary's Gigs. She just sent me a thing from my phone to block out the sunlight for the chat, and I forgot it. This would have been perfect for it. Ryan says, guess what? Brian says, what, Ryan? Someone says, hi, Ryan. Ann says, I was busy making my own family tree line and filled his dad's name, and it immediately alerted me that I'm connected to his tree line. So I clicked on it, and there it was. He passed away in 2017. Wow, Ann. That's crazy. Handmade and homegrown says, hey, Chris. Andy says, hi, John P. John says, hi, handmade. Devin's here. Devin says, hello. Hi, Devin. Welcome. Good morning and happy Saturday, Devin. He says, hi, John. Chris says, it looks like a beautiful morning. It is. Sticky, though. It's sticky. It's humid. Lisa says, Sonal, okay, listening to the rain. Sonal says, smash the like button, but don't smash my hopes and dreams. Sonal, I love that so much. We got to pin it. John says, hey, Chris. Ann says, now I have to tell my son and I can't. Not yet and not online. I will wait till we meet again. Aw, Ann, that's a toughie. John says, hey, Devin. Handmade Homegrown says, hi, John. Sonal says, hi, Devin. John says, Lisa sis. I'm caught up. I am caught up. It is time for my tea, you guys. Rylan said, leaving us hanging. Yeah, Ryan, you said, what's up? And I'm caught up. I did not miss it. Oh, no, you said, guess what? Guess what? Sonal says, I'm so sorry, Ann. I know it, Ann. Wow. Mm-hmm. John says, hi, John. Lisa says, I don't know. Lisa says hi to John, maybe? John says, hey, Brylan. Handmaid says, I want to be in Florida. It's raining here. It's too hot here. Enjoy the rain. John says, handmade is very hot here, too. And I'm leaving. Hi. Brylan says, hello, John. And says, yeah, anyways, I have a headache from all the info. LOL. Oh, I saw so many faces I wondered about, but never saw like photos of my grandpa and grandma and even their parents. Wow, Anne, really? Cool. I've never done any of that stuff. Handmaid's laughing, handmade and homegrown. Hi, everybody. There's something in the water. It's like a bottle. Lisa says, handmade. Hi, it's raining here too. Brian says, what's the afternoon plans? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Stacy. Even all last night when I was laying in bed, that's why I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking, what am I going to do tomorrow? And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to play it by ear. See what happens. How about you? When you heading out for your Starbucks? Ann says, it feels so weird. Suddenly feel connected weird. Connected weird, right? Aw, Ann. Big hugs, Ann. Kelly, don't you feel like fishing? No. No. Sonal says, handmade, it's going to rain here too. Ryan says, guess what, guys? What, Ryan? What, Ryan? What's up? I'm very spontaneous too, says John. Yeah, during the week, I like my regular streams, but on the weekend, I'm not sure. My husband had to work today, so. Colleen, our friend of Dashers and More, Colleen says, Andy, I sub to you. Ryan says, I got it back. See, Ryan, you worry for nothing. Sonal says, Andy, the first time I went fishing, I got a seaweed fish. John says, Ryan, ha, what's up? Lucia says, from the way you talk, you must be an educated lady. Oh, thank you. Brian says, skipping Starbucks this morning. The rest of the family's off the coast fishing. Oh, okay. Okay. Handmaid says, we have another big storm coming in a few, so we will probably lose the internet again. Uh-oh, look at. FWC. Andy says, LOL. And says, my grandma was a pretty girl, Kelly. I saw her wedding photo. I remember an old lady only. Aw, Ann, that's wonderful. So it wasn't just bad news, it was good news too. Brian says, she is so smart. Watch the crosswords and you'll find out real quick. Brian says, leave it there. Brian says, haha. Sonal says, Brian, Starbucks is expensive here. Brian says, I love seeing younger versions of people. I love old black and white photos or old photos. Yeah, I love looking at photos. Thank you, Lucia. Ryan says, I can go live on YouTube again. Awesome, Ryan. That's great. And he says, yeah, I have cousins in Germany I'd love to meet. You have cousins you didn't know you had? Wow, Ann, that's awesome. Lisa says, Starbucks is expensive here. Isn't Starbucks expensive everywhere? Starbucks is expensive. The boys are around, huh? Oh, you got one in your eye, baby. That's Daisy, everybody. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, nope, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry, Daisy. All right, hold on. Brian says, so expensive, Sonal. We go so my mom can see the grandkids every week, so that's worth it. Yeah, a nice little treat. That's super nice. Lisa says, Starbucks is expensive here, too. Someone says, bad news is sad news. Good news is always makes people happy. Bad news is sad news. Good news is always makes people happy. That's right, Sonal. John says, nice, Ann. Sis, big hug's going to be amazing. Ann says, so sorry for you, Andy. I changed my plan to visit England first. I'm going to Germany next. It's okay. It's okay. Brian says, aw, John says, little Daisy, big hug. Nice dog. Thank you, guys. John says, you won't bark to me, sis, I'm sure. Sonal says, hey, little Daisy, with love. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Lisa says, 2 drinks, $25. What? Seriously? John says, the other Daisy didn't like me giggling, was barking at me. No, she wasn't. Andy says, about right, Ann. Sonal says, right, Lisa. John says, the Fury Daisy. Ann says, Kelly, I think our little pug is depressed. He keeps sighing long sighs. Aw. Brian says, wow, I don't think ours is that expensive. I guess it depends on where you are, right? That's a lot. That's a lot. A lotty lot. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. It's Saturday. I don't know what we're doing today. Look at it. All kinds of stuff floating in the water. Ann says his legs are growing weak again. Oh, no, Ann. Oh, that's terrible, Ann. Brian says, oh, wait, Mom and I just drink black coffee. That's why. Oh, Ann says, we don't know why. Oh, that's terrible. Terrible. One drink is $10, says Sonal. Ann says, we don't know why. Aw. Look, you guys, aqua car. Look at it. You can see it. Look, aqua car, aqua car, aqua car. You get to see aqua car. Look at, there it goes. Woohoo! You guys got to see aqua car in the water, live. How cool is that? Ann says, I wonder if we stopped the swimming too soon. Maybe you gotta do some more. Wahoo! Oh, weird. Yeah. Sorry, Ann. Such a worry. I know it. Our pets are just, so special to us. We got his legs from paralyzed to walking again by letting him swim. I remember that. And says I missed the typing. Oh, rewind it like 10 seconds. And says for 4 months, then we stopped. That's Kevin. Hi, Kevin. That's an aqua car. Yes. It's a floatable car, like a boat type thing. Aqua car in the water, you guys. Usually I just throw them up on a short, and now you get to see one. See? It just drove by. Pink one. Someone says, hi, Kevin. Kevin, how are ya? Happy Saturday, Kevin. Ann says, so tomorrow we will resume with the swimming. That's a good idea, Ann, and I hope it works. I hope it helps, for sure. It looks like a real car. It does. It looks like a real car. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make a playlist. I have a whole bunch of aqua car shorts. I'm going to make a playlist of aqua car shorts, and you guys can watch them all. Lisa says, that's cool. Kevin says, morning, Daisy Mae, morning, Sonal. Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Andy says, can't have been that important. Nah, not that important, Andy. No. Hi, Arlene. Arlene's here. She says, hi, Daisy. Hi, everyone. Good morning, Arlene. Happy Saturday morning. Kevin says, good, 100, especially since I just saw a floating car. Oh, I'm glad you're good, Kevin. You're so good. You're so fun. Lisa says, car on a boat. Brian says, do they buy the aqua car like that or create them from a boat? They buy them. Usually they rent them. Most people who are in them, they rent them. John says, Arlene says hi. And says, once he, excuse me, once he could stand on his legs and walk, we thought he doesn't need the swimming exercises. Right? And maybe he does. Aw, poor baby. But now I don't know, says Ann. Well, try to give him some more. And see if it helps, right? John says, bless Ann. Arlene says, hi, John. How about everybody out there? What are you guys doing this weekend? What are you doing today? What's everybody doing today? I really don't like all those rocks in there. Brylan, no plans? And she says, hi, Lisa. Lisa says, Ann, maybe a little kid pool could help. Ann says, it's all Bingo's fault. He stepped on the poor pug's back. Probably dislocated a vertebrae. He went paralyzed. We took him to a vet who said it's permanent because it's a virus. Really, Ann? Wow. Arlene says, hi, Brylan Farm. Aw. Oh, poor baby, Ann. Poor baby. It's terrible. Andy says, I don't make plans, Kelly. They get changed all the time. You're right. Sometimes they do. And says it's neurological. A neurological virus? I've never even heard of that. But new information is good. He didn't even look at his back. Oh my goodness, really? He did blood work. Ryan says, I am. Hi, Daisy. Hi, little Daisy baby. Hi. Hi, honey. Hi, little girl baby. You're so beautiful. She's so beautiful, you guys. And says, then I decided to look online. I saw that many people got their dogs to walk again with swimming. And people too. And, exercises in the water is really good. Lisa says, hi, Brylon Farm. Andy says, wasn't meant to be meeting up with the Pale, but they're off. Germany, huh? Believe that. Off to Germany. And so we thought we'd try, and it took 4 months when suddenly he could walk again. Aw, that's so beautiful, Anne. That's a beautiful story. Hi, Anne. And hopefully it will help again. It might. It might help again. It's very quiet this morning. It's Saturday. I thought there'd be more boats. Sardashians, hey, good morning. Hi, Eric. How you doing, buddy? Anne says, I think the swim helped get the disc back in place. Yeah, it could have, Anne. It could have. It definitely could have. Mm-hmm. But perhaps it's dislocating again. Also possible, yeah. Sardashians is just waking up. Andy says, yes, Anne. Well, good morning, Sardashians. Good morning, good morning. We're just decided to come to the park across the street and have some tea. So cheers to you guys. Cheers to you guys. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're at the park right now. Cheers to you too, Eric. Cheers to you too, buddy. Oh, we have a boat finally. A boat is coming finally. We have a boat. We have a boat. Yeah, I don't really know what we're gonna do today. My husband's working, so I think I'm gonna get a really nice, I'm not sure. If you see us, you see us. Love you, Daisy. Love you too, Eric. You too, Eric. Andy says, yes. Ann Sardashian says, cheers. Ann says, Andy, I thought we could meet up in Germany. It's close to you, isn't it? Sardashians, love you too, buddy. Sorry, guys, there's a plane overhead. You can just walk on the water over, can't you, Andy? Andy says, LON, LOL. Ann says, Andy says, Ann, I'm good at not. And Andy says, Ann, I'm good, not that good. Ann says, oh, I thought you were Superman, Andy. Superman. Superman. Hit that like button if you guys would. If you're just lurking, please just double tap your screen. If you're scrolling, throw us a like. We appreciate it. Share Bear's hi, Share Bear. Share Bear, happy Saturday, young lady. What are you doing here? Share Bear, happy Saturday. Lisa says, can we borrow Daisy to bark the rain away? Yes. Yes, you can. Ann says, hi, Share Bear. Andy says, no, Ann, that's just the PJs. Ann says, hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. We have another boat. I can't believe you guys got to see Aquaboat. Or I'm seeing Aquacar. Sorry about that. Shipper says, hi, Ann, Lisa, Sonal, Andy, Star, and Kelly. Star. Oh, Sardashians. Our friend Eric. Ann says, ha ha ha, my mistake. Then I thought it was your work suit. He walks on water? Is that what you're saying, Ann? He walks on water? Andy says, hey, Sherbert, looking good. Sherbert says, hey, Andy, with love. Lisa says, hi, Ann. I believe you are bringing my sunshine out. Ann does that. Ann is sunshine. Mm-hmm. Eric, how goes things with the channel? All right. Ann says, yeah, can't Superman just fly over the water? Oh, Superman. I thought you meant he was like God. Andy said, Ann, only with a cloak. As long as you don't have a dagger. You know, cloak and dagger, you know, get it? Lisa says, hi, my favorite Share Bear. Hi, everybody, welcome. It's Saturday. We just thought we'd come over and have some tea, and I actually wanted to just sit by the park, so I brought you guys with me. If you would hit the like button if you're scrolling around or just hanging around, thank you so much. Sherbert says, Lisa, always so sweet and making me smile. That's so good. We got to pin that. That's good. Andy says, digging daggers in my back. LOL. Oh, I hear you, Andy. This is part of life. We got Lady Godiva coming, guys. Lady Godiva. Sorry, guys. And says, I better make you a proper cloak then, filled with magic. Remember, hubby's family is convinced I know voodoo. Do you know voodoo? Sherbert says, love it, Lady Godiva. I love it too, Sherbert. That's a great name. Sienna's here. Sienna's art, welcome. Sienna says, good morning. Good morning, Sienna. Welcome, welcome. And says, wish I did know magic, then I could win the lotto. Not so. And he says, Ann, do you do voodoo? Can you take some stuffing out of my doll? I'm on a diet. Shiver says, good morning, Sienna. Ann says, ha ha ha, Andy. Andy. I like you, Andy. You're pretty fun. You're fun to have in a chat. Thank you so much for being here, Andy. Andy and Ann. All right, Andy and Ann, they're a joy. You guys are all a joy. Thank you, everybody. Sienna's art says, good morning to Share Bear. Our friend Share Bear. We're hoping to catch some boats. I taught him well, didn't I, Kelly? You did, Ann. You did. Yes, you did. You sure did. Let's hope we see some more boats. Oh, the bridge is going up. All right. Andy says, I am Kelly. Andy says, me and Ann could be a comedy duo. You both could. You're hilarious, both of you. Oh, we got the bridge going up. Oh, we can't see it. Hi. Oh, you got buggy on you, baby. There's a lot of like little buggies. You got a bug on your face, baby. Oh, sorry, guys. Hi, sweetness. Ann says we could. Andy says, and my pal, we can bounce off each other. Ann says, great idea, Andy. We should definitely meet up and make a plan. Andy says, you trying to woo me again, Ann? Hmm. Lisa says, Raggedy Ann and Andy. Oh my God, Lisa. That is so good. Oh my God. Lisa, that is so good. Raggedy Ann and Andy. Oh my God. Ann says, oh, Mrs. Snob. She always gives the look as if, who are you peasant? I know it. I know it. She's so cute. She really is so cute. Well, the bridge is going up, so maybe we'll see a boat. Maybe we'll see a big boat. I hope we do. Sorry, guys. Someone says, Lisa, I wonder where Andy kept his toys. Oh, like Toy Story? Ann says, she makes me feel better. She makes me feel I better know my place. Oh my God. Ryan says, hi, Lisa. Sienna says, have you been fishing before? I'm not fishing. Oh, here's a boat. It's the police. Police boat. We love the police being here. I don't fish. Ann says, no. Sonal says, hi, Sienna. Lisa says, cute. She's beautiful and she knows it. That's right, Lisa. She does. Andy says, hi, Sonal. Oh, look at it. That's a big boat, guys. That's a big boat. Oh, look at guys. Look at this, guys. Look. Ready? Look at this gigantic boat. We got another one coming. I guess that's it because the bridge is closing. All right. Andy says, LOL, Sonal. Ann says, true, Lisa. She knows it too well. She does, doesn't she? Brian says, what happened with the guy next to you? Yes, just a license check. Yep, and he's legal. Yep. Lisa says, I could live on that big boat. I know, me too. I sure could. Oh, 9 people hanging out with me. Thank you, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. And says, hubby and Louis so hard busy building the new coop. And I'm not allowed to come look, I was told, which worries me a little. They want you to be surprised, and just be surprised. Hi, 21SC. Hello again. Stopping by to wave and leave another like. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Oh, 21SC, thank you so much. I stopped in your stream late last night too for a quick one. I couldn't sleep and I saw you live. I stopped in just for a quick minute. Thank you, 21. Brylon Farm says, hey, 21. Sono says, hi, 21. Thank you, 21. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Lisa says, hi, 21. Oh, there's the bridge opening back up again. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do today. It really depends on just like what I feel like doing and when I feel like doing it. I'm pretty tired this weekend. I have some stuff to do around the house. I also have a new brainchild idea for a craft. I'm going to start working on that. See how that goes. And we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to work on a Scrabble like contest, kind of. Anne says, I wanted to go take a sneak peek through the window at the back, but then I thought it's not honest, so I turned around before I could see. Yes, Anne, do as they asked you. They want to surprise you. They want you to be surprised. 21 says, hello, Brylon Farms. Thank you, Daisy, ma'am. And Sono is all about freedom. Lisa says, hi, a busy waterway. Hi, Justin. Justin's here. Hi, Justin. How are you? Sherbert says, hi, 21 and Brylon. Nobody really's here who's really somebody. Hi, somebody. Good morning, everyone. Hey, somebody. Nobody really's here. Anne says, hi, Justin. Sherbert says, hi, Justin, and nobody really. Nobody says single wave. Hi, nobody. Hi, somebody. Anne says, hi, Sherbert. Nicole says, hey, Sherbert. Brylon says, hey, Sherbert. I say, hey, everyone. Say, hey, hey. Kevin says, hi, nobody. Justin says, is there fishing? Yes. Yes, there's the... There's the guy fishing right next door. Ann says, hi, Kevin. Nobody really says, Kevin, let's collab. Let's collab. Shibber says, good morning to Nicole. Ann says, hi, nobody. Kevin says, Nikki's got a promo piece coming to her for your channel, nobody. Oh, how cool. Nikki's great, you guys. Check out Nikki Lee. Nobody says hello to Ann. Shibber says, good morning, Kevin. Andy says, LOL, they told you it's a coupe, but it's really a spare room. Kevin says, hi, and nobody says, hey, Kevin. Kevin says, hi, Sheer Bear. You okay, Daisy? What are you doing, honey? Hi, baby. You're so beautiful. You are such a beautiful girl. Nobody's laughing. Sapphire's here. Hi, Sapphire. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Sono says, hi, Sherbert. Nana of 5. Hi, Nana. Or Nana, I guess they say. Nana of 5. Good morning, Daisy May. Hi, Nana. Welcome. Kevin says, I'll see you real soon. You're photobombing aliens if it's in a short of mine. Sherbert says, good morning, Sono, Nana, and Sapphire. Nana says, hey, Lisa. Sono says, nobody really, a.k.a. somebody really. Ann says, Andy, that's what I worry Andy, that's what I worry, as it's been taking them all day since morning. It's supposed to have just been a simple thing. Nothing is simple anymore, Ann. Nuh-uh. Brylon Farm says, hello, Sapphire, welcome back. Sono says, hi to Yvonne. Yvonne, Nana 5, that's right. Nicole says, hey, Nana. Nobody says, hello, Sono, it's all about freedom. Nobody says, wee. Hi, nobody. Sapphire's, where's Daisy May? She's right here. Sono says, hi, Sapphire. Sapphire says, hello. She's right here. That's the little Daisy Dukes. Sapphire says hello. Sono says, hi, Sapphire. Lisa says, hey, Nana. Gitten's here. Hi, Gitten. Welcome. She says, hello, friends. Hello, Gitten. Happy Saturday. How are you? Actually, for you, it's good afternoon, right? Gitten, how are you? Andy says, don't worry. You're adopting me. Face the Ace is here. Hi. Face the Ace says, hello, Miss Daisy. Hello, Miss Daisy. Face the Ace, good morning. Happy Saturday, my friend. Nana says, hey, Nicole. Ann says, hi to Gittin. Face says, good morning. Hello. Good morning, Face the Ace. Ann says, hi, Face. Sapphire says, aw, cutie Daisy. Oh, thank you. Nicole says, oh, so adorable. Thank you, Nicole. Sherbert says, good morning, Face the Ace. Nobody really says, yup. Colleen says, good morning to Nana. Nana says, I'm going to see my grandpa Prince today. Aw, wonderful, Nana. That sounds so wonderful. And I love the name Prince. You know how much I love Prince. Face the Ace says, hello, Ann's place. Ann says, Andy, we're non-identical twins, you and I, LOL. Brylan says, hi, Gittin. Nana says, good morning, Colleen. Colleen says, good morning to Share Bear. Face the Ace says, happy Saturday. Share Bear says, hi, friends of Dashers, Colleen. Face the Ace says, I'm drinking coffee. Ooh, I got tea, buddy. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Face the Ace. Solon says, hi, Face the Ace. Gittin says, I'm fine. Harvard seeing more herbs. Oh, how nice, Gittin. That sounds lovely. Sherbert says, me too, Ace. Face the Ace says, hello to Sono. Lisa says, Face the Ace, hello. Sono says, I need coffee. Or coffee cake. Sherbert says, good morning to Gittin. Gittin says, hi to Brylon Farm. Andy says, yes, Ann, but you're the pretty one. Aw, Andy, how sweet of you to say that, and that's true. Face the Ace says, hello, Sherbert, and cheers. Aw, thank you, Face the Ace. Nana says, he is a Yorkie Maltese. Aw, little cutie patootie. Prince is a cutie. Someone says hi to Gittin. Gittin says hi to Share Bear. Colleen says water is so calm. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It is. I don't like seeing those stupid rocks, though. Andy says, big up Yorkshire. Ann says, I have not eaten since yesterday noon, and I'm still not hungry. That's not normal. Ann says, thanks, Andy. I'll take that. Sona says, oh, my, Ann. Gittin says, hello, Sonal. Andy says, you nervous, Ann? Kevin says, figure if I hang out here long enough, my friends will start having you. Daisy May pop up on their feeds. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Oh, thank you, Kevin, so much. Lisa says, oh, Nana loves to be the puppy. I'm sorry. Lisa says, oh, Nana loves the puppy. Love to the puppy. Face the Ace says, hi, Lisa, and hi, Andy. And I think I'm caught up in the chat. I think I'm caught up in the chat. Nice weather. It is nice weather. It's a little warm, sticky. It's humid. Someone says, Face the Ace is awesome. You're awesome. You're all awesome. Every one of you. Every one of you are awesome. We have a boat. Little boat. Little boaty boat. Ann says, no, Andy, but I ate some mushrooms that tasted weird yesterday at noon. So since then, when I see food or smell food, I want to throw up. Oh, that's not good, Ann. Justin says, how's your day? My day's going very well, Justin. Thank you. How's yours? Sono says hi to Justin. Hi, Justin. Face the Ace says, hello, Justin. Sono says, the water is so calm. It's beautiful, isn't it? Nana says, I'm going to see my son today. Oh, my God, yay. Haven't seen him for 2 years. He's 38, my oldest. He lives in Wisconsin. Oh, how nice, Nana. Wow, that's awesome. I just saw my kids last week, and it was the first time in a year, so I feel for you. I feel for you. Ann says, that's great, Nana. It is great. Shipper says, have an awesome visit, Nana. Yes. Faye says, the water is cold, Miss Daisy. No, it's not cold. The water's almost 80 degrees. Andy says, send me some Ann. Abigail says, hey, everyone. Hi, Abigail. Abigail's here. Everybody say hi. Sonal's using emojis. Thank you, Sonal. Sherbert says, good morning, Abigail. Face the Ace says, woohoo for real. Or wow for real. Sorry about that. Adrian says, hi, Daisy May. Hi, Adrian. Welcome. Sonal says, hi, Abigail. Andy says, hi, Abby. Adrian says, hi, Andy. Sherbert says, good morning, Adrian. Abigail says, I'm doing amazing. Abigail, you're so sweet. Face the Ace says, oh my God, hello, my friend Adrian. Adrian said, hey, face the ace. Sono says, hi, Adrian. Oh, look at this boat, you guys. Look at. Look, look, look. It's pretty. That's a pretty boat. Very, very blue. Very, very blue. Ann says he wants funny mushrooms, Kelly, so he can also have an upset tummy and stop eating. LOL. Adrian says hi to Share Bear. Lisa says 80 on the water. Yes, at least 80. It might even be warmer than 80. Nana says thank you. He hasn't met his 1-year-old niece yet, so he will today. Oh, Nana, that sounds so lovely. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful time. I know you will. Faces long time, Adrian. Adrian says Soul is all about freedom. Hi. Nana's using emoji. Thank you, Nana. Shareber says hi, Nana. Face the A says hi. Nobody really is using emojis. Thank you, guys. Use those emojis. I work hard on them. I don't know if we can make more. I have not checked. You guys, I hit 1 million views. I checked my view count yesterday in the studio, and it was 1 million views. 1 million views in like a year. Not even a year, I think. Maybe a year. Maybe less than a year. I'm not sure. So excited. Kevin's using emojis too. Thank you, Kevin. Stuart's here. Hi, Stuart, the Fisherman's Lodge. He's sending us some love. Hi, Stuart. How are you, buddy? Nobody really says, let's go, let's go, let's go. Nana says, awesome. Face, congratulations. Thank you, guys. I know, 1 million. It was 1,058,000. So I don't know when it happened. It happened recently, but I don't know when. Mike's here, Mike the Bike Dasher. Hello, friends. Hey, Mike. Mike, how's it going, buddy? I was just telling everybody, I just hit 1 million views, you guys. 1 million views. That's all together combined on everything I produce. Isn't that fantastic? Mike's using the emojis. Sherber says good morning to Mike. Nana says, oh, I got you, Nana. All right. I don't think I missed anybody. If I did, excuse me, and I apologize. Mike says, congratulations to 1 million views. Thank you, Mike. Thanks. Bill your bag. Oh, hey, buddy. Good morning. Happy Saturday. YouTube should pay at least $1 per view. It's only fair. You know what? We got to pin you. That's right. Sherber says, that's amazing. I was absolutely shocked, you guys. I knew it was 900-something thousand not too long ago, and then I haven't checked it since. So, yeah. Mike says, hey, Sherber with emojis. Sherber says, good morning to Bill your bago. The Fisherman's Lodge Stewart says, I'm okay, just feeling choked up. Nose, throat, and chest are sore. Aw. Oh, Aquacar. Oh, my God, Aquacar. I missed it. Did you guys see it? If I can get it. That's 2 in one day. That's 2 Aquacars in one day. Come on now. Amazing. Sherber says, good morning to Bill your bag. Oh, Stuart's not feeling well. Take some vitamin C, Stu. Lots and lots of vitamin C. Nana says, hey, Mike. Sherber says, good morning to Stuart. Nana's using emojis. Thank you, Nana. Bill your bagel says, hey, good morning. Stuart says, hey, Share Bear. Ann says, oh, got to tell you the silliness, Kelly. LOL. Hubby brought me a tub filled with round chocolate stuffed with marshmallows. I ate them and enjoyed it. This morning he says, where's your chocolates? He's so sweet, Ann. Were they good? Colleen says, Kevin, I sub to you. Mike says, hi, Colleen. Nicole says, congratulations, Daisy. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Ann says, I said I ate them. He said, he was so angry because he said, but you don't normally eat chocolate. Oh. Mike says, hello to Nicole. Nana says, I seen it. Oh, you saw it? Okay, good. I was so busy talking, I didn't see it. Nicole says, hey to Mike. Bill Urbago says, and it was a Corvette. Well, earlier there was a Rolls Royce. Earlier in this live stream, there was a Rolls Royce going this way, a pink one. And now that was a blue aqua car going that way. Cool. That's cool. I'm glad. Ann says, and that's why he always buys me chocolates, and when I don't eat them, he eats them. I gotcha. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Colleen says, good morning to Mike. Ann says, chocolates. I knew what you meant. Andy says, gotta go, Kelly. Great seeing you. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Thank you, Andy. I love that you stopped by. You're so fun to be here. Thank you so much, Andy. Have a good rest of your weekend. Ann says, you too, Andy. Have a great evening. Yeah, have a great evening, Andy. Thank you so much for stopping in. Brylon Farm says, bye, Andy. Bye, Andy. Oh, aqua car. We saw 2 aqua cars, you guys. 2. Ann says, see, that way nobody can accuse him of buying chocolates for himself. Smart. He's very smart. That's a cool setup.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Oh, Ann, that's too funny. Oh, you want some water, Daisy? You look like you're sweating, Magdalena. All right, let's get you some water. Yeah, that's funny, Ann. He's not stupid, all right? He's no dummy. He buys it thinking you won't eat it, and then he can eat it. And he's like, I can't waste it. I have to eat it. I knew that's what he's doing. That's why I ate it. Oh, Ann, I love that. You want water, baby girl? I gotta give Daisy some water, you guys. She's thirsty. Ann says, I knew that's what, oh, yep. Ann says, maybe that's why I can't eat food now. Oh, maybe it filled you up. Wait, that was yesterday? It was a lot of chocolates. You are super thirsty, girlfriend. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Well, must have been good. Oh, here comes a boat, guys. He bought it yesterday, but I ate it when I got up during the night. Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe that's why you're not hungry. Sorry, guys. You done with the water, baby girl? You done? Yeah? Okay. So when he wanted some this morning, it was all gone? Well, he gave it to you, right? It was for you. Hey, baby. That's funny. That is funny, Ann. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Do you have a tummy ache? Oh, see the waves, you guys? We have another boat coming. Uh-oh. I hear a boat coming with music, guys. I might have to mute it because of the music quickly. Ann says, I cried laughing at his face. He was so shocked to find the bowl empty. Sherber says, Ann, chocolate is my downfall. And every man for themselves when it comes to that in this house. Right on. I like to have my own little stash of my stuff. Because I'm not a fast eater. And if I have like a box of chocolate, like I want to spread it out for like a week. I'll only eat a little bit every day. And other people, well, they'll eat it all, you know, like Ann did. And it's like, wait a minute, I wanted some of that. Okay, here comes a boat, guys. I gotta mute it. They got music going, and I do not want a copyright strike. Hold on, okay? Sorry, guys. They were playing some disgusting song. It's really a disgusting rap song. I hope the police get them. Addison's here. Sir Bonks a lot. Hi, Addison. I think Daisy might secretly be Wonder Woman. Hi, Sir Bonks a lot. How are you? Sherbert says, my goal is to spread it out. There you go. Sherbert says, good morning to Addison. And says, Share Bear, for years now, he's been doing this. He buys me chocolates knowing I don't eat it. Then the next day, he only eats it so it doesn't go to waste, right? Don't waste the money. Don't, yep, exactly. Lisa says, I love dried fruit. Sir Bonks-a-lot says, hey, Share Bear. Colleen says, I subbed to Ann's place. Share Bear says, LOL, Ann. Handmade and Homegrown says, I'm back. Had to go on a road trip with Terry. Welcome back, Handmade and Homegrown. Share Bear says, good morning, H&H. Ann says, hi, friends. Hi, Ann. Sir Bonks-a-lot. Addison says, LOL. Ann says, thanks, friends. I'll look a little later. The grind Linda Cole says, hey, Addison. And Addison says, hey, Nicole. We have another boat, guys. Friends of Dashers, Colleen gives a thumbs up. Lisa says, hi, Sir Bonks-a-lot. How's it going? How's it going? Addison says, hey, Lisa. Ann says, I will probably not eat it again for years, but I just wanted to see what would happen when I do eat it, and his face was worth it. Oh, my God. Good job, Ann. Good job, Ann. We have another boat. Ann says, total utter shock. Oh my God, I wish you were taking video of it. I wish you'd take a video of it. There's your viral video, Ann. We have another little boat. Cheers to you guys. I'm still drinking my tea. And Ann says, yes, I should have. Addison says, I think there's a boat race today. There is. Well, here, it's a kayak race. There's a kayak race here. I think it was already this morning, though. Somebody told me it was at like 6:30 this morning. I don't know. We went to the beach first thing this morning. We didn't see anybody down there, but I heard it was down by the pier, and we did not go that way. Addison, where are you at? JBCB's is here. JBCB's Bird Sanctuary. You guys need to check them out too. Hi, Chloe. Chloe says, good morning, Daisy May. Hope you have an amazing day today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Chloe. I hope you guys do too. Chloe, you guys had a lot of people yesterday. Last night, you guys had a video and there was a lot of people there. Congratulations, JBCB's. Ann says, I heard him tell the boys she ate it all. They didn't want to believe him because they know I don't like chocolates. So they came to look at the bowl. Oh my God, Ann. That is so funny. That's too good. That is too good, Anne. You did great. I love it. 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 We got the bridge going up again. Maybe we'll get some more boats. Solo says hi, JBCB. So does Sheer Bear. And says the marshmallows was nice. Oh, that's good. You see that pretty dog? That was a pretty dog. And it says, luckily, a thin coating with chocolates around. Well, that's good. So it wasn't a lot of chocolate, mostly marshmallows. Edison says, hey, Sono. Lisa says, hi. JB, hi there. Shearbear says, hey, pick up your dog's poop, dude. Robert Downey Jr., right? It does look like Robert Downey Jr. It does. I think his dog's got the diarrhea. Yeah, I think he does. It's hard to pick up diarrhea. I mean, I do try. I really do. Oh, look. We could play Nosy Neighbor. There's somebody up there. 1, 2. There he is. See him? There's somebody up there. Nosy Neighbor's here. Let's play Nosy Neighbor. Oh, he went in anyways. He went in already. Oh, did you see the helicopter over there? Right over the beach. There's a helicopter over the beach. Sherbert says, I'll allow it then. You could at least try, though. You know, you could try. That's funny. Oh, here's the boat. Look it. Low helicopter. Yeah, it was low over the beach. Yeah. Lisa says, are those apartments must be expensive? Those are condos. You own your unit over there. You own each unit. And it says, oh, did I tell you I once dreamt I'm engaged to Brad Pitt? Kid you not. It was the nicest dream ever. We had long talks in my dream. Oh my God, Ann. That's so cute. That is so cute. Sherbert says, LOL, Ann. That's too cute, Ann. Too cute and funny. Sherbert, what's on your agenda today, young lady? You did not tell me that dream before. When I told Huppy about the dream, he didn't speak to me for a week. Oh my goodness. You know, if Brad Pitt ever came and fell in love with you, wouldn't your husband say, hey, go have at it, right? That's too cute. That's too cute, Ann. Too adorable. Bradley Cooper's here. Speaking of Brad Pitt, Bradley says, good morning, Bradley Cooper's here. Hi, Bradley, welcome. How you doing, Bradley? Ann says, when I say something, he'd say, go tell your fiance. Oh, man, Ann, you're too fun. Lisa says, I had a dream Daisy May was in a wedding dress. Little Daisy? Little Daisy May? Addison says, Bob Ross is hotter in my opinion. Bob Ross is great. Bob Ross. Oh, look it. Look, look, look. Sorry, guys. There's little buggies flying around, and one keeps going right in my face. Sorry about that. Get those stupid rocks out of the way. Sir Bonk says Bob Ross. Yes, Bob Ross is awesome. Bradley says, "Well, I can be Brad Pitt too." Bradley, LOL. Bradley answers, "LOL, Bradley." That is good. That's a good one. Lisa says, "Yeah," and she was adorable. Oh, little Daisy was in a wedding. How beautiful. That's wonderful. Bradley says, I'm too funny this morning. You are, Bradley. Welcome. Happy Saturday. Nana says, "Oh, cool. I love nature." Did you see it? Sorry, there was a bug flying right around my head at the time. I'm so sorry. Nicole says, "Have a wonderful day, Daisy. Getting ready to go make this money." You guys, check out The Grind with Nicole. She's working towards her watch time, her watch hours. Even if she's close to 3,000, she still needs to keep on going. So if you guys could check out my friend The Grind with Nicole, watch a playlist for her, catch one of her live streams, watch some of her content. Thank you, guys. Nicole's wonderful. You'll love her. Anne says, "I like the dimples in Brad's face. Makes him look naughty." He is naughty. He is a naughty boy. Gettin says, "Hi, JBCBs." Sir Bonk Salat says, "Make that money. Make that money. Make it." Bradley says, "I can be naughty too. Ha, ha, ha." Bradley. Nana says, "Nicole's awesome." She is awesome. She sure is awesome. Yes, she is. She is. Everybody here is awesome, you guys. Everybody here is fantastic. Everybody here is so much fun. Anne says, "Who doesn't like a naughty boy? They're fun to be around." Especially virtually, right? You can't get in any trouble virtually. Exactly. Bradley says, "Well, come and get it." Ah, Bradley. You're so fun. Oh, here comes another boat, you guys. Anne says, "Exactly. Exactly, Anne, exactly." You guys are so fun. So I don't know what we're going to do today. I would like to get a Scrabble game going later with 4 people. So if anybody maybe wants to play Scrabble later with 4 people, it's going to be 4 people playing. I just don't know about the keeping score part. I don't want to be the scorekeeper. So I'm thinking we'll just play 4 people, and whoever gets rid of all their tiles first is the winner. And I'm going to send them a little prize. Bradley says, "I've been waiting for someone to knock me off my feet." Sweep you. Sweep you off your feet. Sweep you. Not knock you. You want them to sweep you up and scoop you up. Bradley, you're too funny. You are too funny, my friend. It's almost 10 o'clock. Wow. I can't believe we've been here, but I think we started at 8:30, right? Yeah, we were later today. I was later getting stuff done at the house. Bradley says, "That's what I meant. Sweep me off my feet." Bradley says, "I've been waiting for someone to sweep me off my feet." There you go, Bradley. Your time is coming. Your time is coming. I see a boat, guys. It's a nice boat, huh? Boats everywhere. Boats, and more boats. And what are you doing for the rest of your day or tomorrow? And says he wants to be hit hard with the love bug, Callie. He doesn't want it softly. Addison says, "Bradley, play football." Bradley says, ha 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 ha. He's laughing. Bradley's laughing. Ann says, keep the boat. Give me the truck. Yeah, I like the truck too, right? Yeah. Sherbert says, good morning to Bradley. Hey, Bradley, welcome. I'll take the truck and the boat. Actually, I would like a truck and a camper. I'd like to go, like Zed said something about going, Zed's talking about going to, getting a camper and going on the road to, I think he said Montana. And I'd like to get a camper and a truck, and I'd like to just go see all the 48 states. I'd like to go all up through Canada, into Alaska, and then I'd like to come home after that and just chill. I don't want to hurry. I'd like to stay as long as I want to in any city, town, or village, any state that I want to stay, as long as I want to stay there. Or as quickly as I want to get out of there. Who knows? That would be my dream. Lisa says, time, I agree, Ann. Bradley says, Share Bear, good morning, love. Share Bear says, have an awesome day. Have an awesome, blessed day, Nicole, Share Bear says. And says, yes, that's for the dream for me too, Kelly. Share Bear send emojis. Thank you, Share Bear. And says, I yearn for a long road trip. Yes, where I can just go to any town or village or city I want to, any state. I could stay a day. I could stay a week if I want to. That's my dream. Bradley says, come to Florida. Sir Bonks-a-lot says, I would permanently live in an RV. Yeah, I don't know if I would permanently live in one, but I would definitely like to go on the road at least for a year, maybe longer. I would like to do that. Billy Bagel says, I lived in a camper for 4 years while I built my house. I sold it quick, haha. I was over the camper. Oh, you had enough, right? Yeah, you had enough of the camper life, yeah. I'd like to do it for a year or two. Bradley says, I have a camper. Kevin says, me too. I want to learn enough to make money in transit. Yes, exactly. And now that I'm retired, I'm retired now, so I'm not tied to a job, but my husband's tied to a job. And therein lies a problem. We got to figure something out there. Kevin's be able to live out of my RV anytime and everywhere without gas jugging. Yes. Little boat. Yeah, I want to go on the road. I'd like to go on the road. You stay in a campground, and then when you get tired of staying in a campground, you go stay in a hotel for a day or two. Have a little pampered more. Have room service delivered. And then you go back in the camper, go back on the road. I think it's a great idea. Wish my husband would get on board with it. I'm not getting any younger, folks. Kevin says, yes, Kevin, yeah. And says, same with us, Kelly. I'm retired. He's still working. And being a workaholic, I don't have a big hope he'll ever stop. And I hear you, girl. My husband still has an 18-year-old son. So, I get it. But I just am like torn, I'm like torn. Like, I'm not getting any younger. Look at Dirk Remington that just passed away. He was 64. Somebody said Dirk was 64. I'm 62. Come on, folks. Kevin says, most folks I know travel gas juggling, which means bagging up gas quickly. No. Most folks I know travel gas jugging, which means bagging up gas basically. Oh, okay. Diana. Hi, Diana. Welcome, Diana. Oh, everyone say hi to my friend Diana. I met Diana months back when she was here in Florida, but over on the Tampa side on vacation. And she happened to stop in and we became friends. And then she went back home. I think she's in Michigan, if I remember right. And now she's saying, hello, hi, Diana, welcome. Welcome, young lady. Kevin says, I would love to go crafty event to crafty event. That would be a dream life. Oh, nice, Kevin. Yeah, me too. I told my husband I'll get a whole bunch of Etsy stuff. And I would do the same thing. And then while we're out camping, I could still do Etsy stuff. I could still do YouTube. My eBay would have to stop for a while, but that's okay. Sherbert says, good morning, Diana. It's funny how some of us all want to do the same thing, or some of us did it. Like... Someone's got a spring in their step, right? Look, you guys, look. Look. Kayakers. Kayakers. Cool, huh? Kayakers. And then we have the police. Diana says hi. Kevin says, I would love to go crafty. Oh, I got you there. Stonel says hi to Diana. Kevin says, funny, or God orchestrating something way bigger than us through our community. I love you all so much, especially you, Daisy May. You are the sweetest. Oh, thank you, Kevin. You are the sweetest. Oh, I love going into Kevin's live streams, you guys. If you guys don't know Kevin, you need to go over there when he's live and watch him and talk to him. He is like the coolest, funnest dude. He's like the kid next door. Well, a kid to me because, you know, I'm 62. But he is like the fun kid next door. Kevin, I love you too. You're so great. And everybody here is so great. That's right. Thank you all, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Nature's here. Hey, Nature. Good morning. I didn't know if you were having coffee time or not. We were going to go soon because I thought you sometimes do coffee time and sometimes you don't. I didn't know. Sonal says Kevin is a talented painter. Kevin is a talented painter, just like Abigail. Absolutely. Kevin's fantastic, Sonal. That's right. Kevin says, Miss Daisy, what would you do if you won the lottery? Kevin, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what I would do, Kevin. I don't know. Sonal says, hi, Nature Dog. Kevin says, thank you, Sonal. I'm going to pin that. What would you do if you won the lottery? What would you guys do if you won the lottery? That's a good question. I've been asked that a couple of times, and honestly, I don't know what I would do. I mean, of course, I would help my family. That is unsaid, you know. My family would be taken care of. After that, I don't know what I would do. I think I would just travel. I think I would just travel. Lisa says, good morning, Nature Dog. Someone says, you're welcome, Kevin. Kevin says, good morning, Nature Dog. Good morning, Nature Dog Realms. She says, my phone shut off during the night live, so it's no big deal. Don't even worry about it. Oh, I didn't know you had a live during the night. Okay, I did not know that. Someone says, yes, Abigail, too. Kevin says, I ask a lot of people, most say self-preservation, then get away from people. Yeah, I really don't know, Kevin. I really don't know what I would do. Nature says, I go on when I can, especially on the weekends. Yeah, me too. I was coming over to have tea by myself. And I thought I would do a live stream from here. If people showed up, they did. And if they didn't, they didn't. You know, right. It's the weekend. It's just do whatever you want, right? Exactly. Sonal says too. I knew what you meant, Sonal. I knew what you meant, yeah. Yeah, we decided to come over about 8:30. I brought tea. We have Daisy. We're going to go home. Soon we're going to go home. I don't know what we're going to do. Like I said, I'm trying to work on a Scrabble, like a playoff type thing where 4 people can play against each other and 1 person will win a prize. I think I might work on that this afternoon. So take a look. If you see us, you see us. If you don't see us, you don't see us. You know how it goes. You guys all know. Nature says, yes, sometimes I just have to go sporadic by schedule. Yeah, this summer's really all over the place. There's nothing I can do about it. Exactly right, Nature. Sometimes life just takes over and you work around it. That's right, absolutely. You go with the flow. Especially you go with the flow. That's great. Exactly. The weekends, and sometimes during the week, you do what you do. Sometimes you can't stick to a schedule. Sometimes you try and you still can't. Kevin says, I've been so broke so long, I just want somewhere we all could be fed from the owned property and live. Drum circles and tree picking for the rest of my life sounds amazing. Oh my goodness, Kevin, that is so cool. Because years ago, it was about 2010 maybe, about 2010. I looked into this place, I think it was down in Honduras. And it was a community where they all lived in tree houses. They all took care of the land. They all take care of the place. It was a great big community. And I was pretty interested in it. The problem was I did not want to leave my job at that point. No, no, baby, it's okay. It's okay. But it was very similar to that, Kevin. They were all living together off the land, helping each other. Yeah, that's a good thing, Kevin. And it says, Kevin, there's an elderly couple I follow on YouTube that does that. He and his wife travel with a camper, and to make money, they go from campsite to manage it for a month. Yes, that's another thing if you want to do a camper thing. Yes. I've also looked into that. I was telling my husband about it last week. I'm like, we can go camping and you can actually work at the campgrounds and you don't have to pay for your campsite. Like you work in the store or you work at the pool or you help the kids in craft stuff. It's okay. It's okay. That's right, Ann. You can do that. Yeah. Ann says, oh, on holiday. Solon says, I'm practicing painting on a canvas. Daisy. It's that same lady. She just wanders around. It's okay. It's okay. Sonal's practicing painting on a canvas. Good, Sonal. Lisa says, if I won the lottery, I would buy a truck for hubby and a camper. Oh, Lisa, a lot of us would do the same thing, I think. Sonal says, if I won the lottery, I wouldn't have to work. Nope, you wouldn't. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Shh. Nature says the weather looks so beautiful there today. It is nice today. It's sticky, though. It's humid. Kevin says, yeah, that's a good idea, like subleasing while the owners are on vacation. Yeah. Okay. Okay, it's okay. Shh, it's okay, baby. There's a lot of dogs coming out now, you guys. It's Saturday. Jamie Brown's here. Hi, Daisy May. Hi, Jamie. Everybody say hi to Jamie Brown. Check out our tall, dark, and handsome friend, Jamie Brown from over the pond. Kevin says, that's what I want. It takes such a special people to make it work. It does, and I love camping. I've loved it since I was a teenager. I love seeing different campgrounds, different campsites, different countries or different states. You know, I love that stuff. Sonal says, I would use some money to pay off the house and rent in our office space. Oh, how nice, Sonal. Sonal says hi to Jamie Brown. Billiard Bagel says, if I won the lottery, I'd spend my time in the shop or the garden. Yes, I would love to work in the garden. I always said I wish I would have worked in somebody's garden, like a rich person's garden. I would have loved that because they have endless money, you know, and you can make it so beautiful. Oh, look at this little boat, you guys. Look at, oh my goodness, how cute is that? And it's yellow. It's so cute. Nature says, very cool. Kevin says, cool, Sonal. I'd love to see your painting. Lisa says, how's it going, Sonal? Ryan says, hey, Jamie. Sonal says, Lisa, I'm doing well. How about you? Kevin says, I don't know, though. If I won the lottery, I'd still have to work. I can't not work. Got to do something constructive. Me too. Me too. Like when I retired in 2020, and then really until I got really my YouTube channel. Up until then, it was just wandering. I was wandering. Ann says, when I win the lottery, Kelly, I'll be in a camper van and go see how quickly Mr. will follow me. Kevin says, be cool to do it for my own money. Yeah. Jamie says, hi, Sonal's all about freedom. Ann says, bye, which I knew what you meant. Sherbert says, good morning, Jamie. Sherbert says, good morning, Ryan. Lisa smiles a lot, says, hi, Jamie Brown. Sherbert says, hi, Chris. Ryan says, hey, Ann's place. Ryan says, good morning, Sherbert. Bearded Dragons and Fun, hi. Bearded Dragons said, hi. Hi, Bearded Dragons and Fun, welcome. Sonal says, hi to Ann. Ann says, hi, Ryan. Jamie says, hi, Sherbert. Jamie says, hi, Lisa smiles a lot. Jamie Brown is in the house, everyone. Make sure you check him out. You all right now? All right, yeah, that lady, she did that before, too. She just wandered, and Daisy was barking and barking and barking, and she wouldn't walk away. Jamie says, hi, Sherbert. Jamie says, hi to Lisa, smiles a lot. Mom Dog, hi, Molly, welcome. She says, good morning, Kelly and Chat. Good morning, Mom Dog. Ann says, hi, Mom Dog. Lisa smiles a lot, says, hi, Mom Dog. Mom Dog says, hi, Ann. Hello, hello, hello. This was just a quick spur of the moment. We're going to the park pop-up. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mom Dog says, hi, Lisa. Nature says, if I won the lottery, I would love to just travel and then settle down and take care of animals. Yeah, you know what, Nature, that I like that too. I definitely want to travel, and I would definitely love to have a whole slew of animals afterwards. I agree with that. I like that dream, Nature. That's good. Sonal says, Mom Dog and Bearded Dragons, hi. Mom Dog says, hi, Sonal. Bearded Dragon says, hi, Sonal. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Nature says, yes, and when I win the lottery too. That's right. That's right. Yep. And I hope everybody does win the lottery. I hope everybody's dreams come true. I really do. And says that would be nice too, Nature. Yeah. Oh, you want some more water, little baby? Here. Let me get you some water. Hold on, Daisy. I got water for you. Hold on, girl. I give Daisy some water, okay, guys? Kaz Rose. Hi, Kaz Rose. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. She says, hey. Nature says, sorry, all I heard Aunt Ann say bye is buy a camper. The sound is cutting in and out for you. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hope it's not me. Someone says, when I type from one hand on typos, but when I type from both hands, typos happen. Anne says, I have to go now. Tummy started rumbling. Finally, it's 5:10. Go enjoy your dinner, Anne. Have a great rest of your day. Nature says, Anne says, I say walking Khaleesi. Mom Dog says, take care, Anne. Let's give Daisy May some water. You want some water, baby? Thirsty? I'll bet you are, little baby. Come on. Someone says, take care, Anne. Mom Dog says, take care, Anne. Nature Dog says, Anne, I'm walking Khaleesi. She's out for a walk. I think that's what she means. Ryan says, hi, Molly. All done, Days? All right, folks, we are going to take off. There's a lot going on YouTube today. Check out some new live streams. Check out an old live stream. Check out everybody in the chat today, because they're all wonderful, wonderful people. And wonderful channels. You might learn something. You might make a new friend. Take a look around YouTube. Say hi to everybody, okay? Mom Dog says, hi, Ryan. Lisa says, take care, Anne. Someone says, maybe I should type in one hand. Maybe you should talk to text. No. Talk to text, yeah. All right, folks, we're going to go home. Daisy needs to go inside. She's overheated. She's warm. Mom Dog says, have a great day, Kelly. Thank you, Mom Dog. I'm looking on later maybe to play Scrabble. I want 4 people to play Scrabble later. 4 people. Gonna have a tournament. Not a tournament. We're gonna have like a match game. We're not gonna keep score, but whoever gets rid of all of their tiles or has the least amount of tiles will win a prize, and I will send you a prize. Lisa says, I would buy an island for my YouTube friend to call Daisyland. Oh, Lisa, I love it. Buying the island part is so cool. That's so great. Kevin says, yeah, to Daisyland. I love it, Daisyland. Thank you, everybody. All right, we're gonna clean up and head home. I'm gonna let Daisy go do her potty business, and we'll see you this afternoon. All right, we'll be back this afternoon. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a great day, everyone. Says Lisa smiles a lot. Sona says, YouTube, get it together, LOL. Coffee Cake's here. Coffee, hi, Miss Daisy. Hi, Coffee Cake. Welcome. All right, I'll stay a couple more minutes because the bridge is going up, and after that, then we'll go home. Kevin's using emojis. Coffee Cake, how are you? We're gonna stick around for 5 more minutes, you guys, because the bridge is going up. We might see a nice boat. Let's see if we see a nice boat. How's that? Coffee Cake says, hi, Kevin. 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 What's that from? Home Alone. Home Alone. Little Kevin, remember? Another boat. Kevin says, hi, Coffee. Good morning. Coffee Cake says, oof, been battling a migraine, but thank you, Lord, it's gone. Oh, Coffee Cake, I'm glad it's gone. Lisa says, maybe another bar boat. Kevin says, hi, Daisy. LOL, Daisy. Kevin says, Coffee Cake says, hi to Kevin. Sonal says, 99 cents. Here you go. Oh, Sonal, thank you. Thank you, Sonal. You generous. Oh, you're such a generous guy. You're so sweet. Thank you. Sonal, thank you so much. You're the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. Thank you, Sonal. Comes another boat. Thank you so much, Sonal. That's so sweet of you. All right, we got the bridge going up. Let's see if we see some big boats. I hope so. Coffee Cake says, woo-hoo-hoo for donation. That's right. Yes, Sonal is all about freedom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys know Sonal, our buddy Sonal. He's so kind and sweet and generous and good looking and smart and funny. You guys check out my friend Sonal if you have not done it yet. Sonal says, wow, YouTube listened, LOL. Nature Dog says, have a great day, everybody. You too, Nature Dog. Have a great, wonderful weekend. A great day. We'll see you around. Take care. Everybody say goodbye to Nature Dog Realms. Lisa says, Sonal is the sweetest. He is. He is. Ryan says, hi, Molly. Kevin says, wee. Sonal says, Kevin, what did you do to my room buzz 2025? Coffee Cake says, hi, Nature and Lisa. We have another little boat. Another little boat. Maybe we'll see a nice big boat. Let's see if we see a big boat before we go home. Kevin, what did you do my Roomba is 2025? Yeah, I just got it. Kevin says, huh, Sonal? Lisa says, hi, Coffee Cake. Hello, Coffee Cake. Our friend, oh, here comes a boat, guys. Look it. Ready? That's a nice boat, huh? Sonal says, Kevin, it's a quote from Home Alone. Kevin says, oh, not enough coffee, maybe. Let's hope there's something good coming. Nope, it's closing up. Nothing good coming. Basenji Adventure says, good morning from Zinja. Sorry about that. And Zulu. Hello, Basenji Adventures. Good morning. Sonal says, you're welcome, Daisy. Kevin says, I can't believe I saw a pink car driving on the water. That was an aqua car. We had an aqua car, 2 aqua cars in this live stream, you guys. One aqua car, a blue one was going that way, and a pink aqua car was going this way. Check it out if you missed it. Yeah. Conley says, Kevin, I absolutely love the paintings. Kevin's got beautiful work, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. Yep, beautiful. All right, folks, we're going to take off. I'm going to go home, have some breakfast, take Daisy on a little walk, and we will be back this afternoon, I think, with some Scrabble, if I can find some people to play. All right? We'll be around this weekend. We'll be around. You know it. We'll see you later. Have a great, wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for being here. Sonal, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, everybody, for the likes, the love, the comments. Thank you. Thank you. Kevin says, I'm so happy I put my whole heart into those coffee. Yeah, Kevin, you're fantastic. Senji says, see ya. Kevin says, thank you for being the super supportive person you are. You're a lot of the reason I'm still at it. Coffee Cake. Yeah, you're great, Kevin. We love you. Sonal says, take care to Nature Dog. All right, folks, we're heading home. Have a great, wonderful day. We will see you on the YouTube streets. Bye, everybody. Much love to you all.